Welcome, gamers, to episode 3 of this Let's Play series. We're playing as the DasTeekan Guilds, not the DasTeekan, the DasTeekan Guilds, which is a Teekan, basically a Teekan mercantile, well, basically they're a mercantile group. Back and through here, we'll just have a bit of a look. So it's wanting to build, yeah, absolutely, we want to be building research stations. That is super, super important. We'll dismiss that one through there, and we also have wanting to build these things as well. What I'll probably end up doing, actually, like the troop transports and 3 escorts, I'm going to decline those. I might change my automation, I think, to automatically just accept certain things. Like, for example, at this point in time, pretty much any base that asks me to build, I'm going to say, yeah, I'm happy for them to build whatever they want to build. So we'll put that on automatic. That way we don't have to have the pop-ups. It will just work away. One thing I like to see, though, occasionally, I can do this one here, suggest and execute, and so I can then sort of see when there are research bases, but we'll see that anyway over time, slowly over time. So we'll just leave that one there. I quite like the automation in the game because you can turn things on as things become, like when you start to get a lot of pop-ups, you can sort of then tweak it so that you think, okay, I don't really need to be seeing those. You also, by the way, have got a thing in here where you can sort of go and chop and change the filtering of these as well. So you can actually still have certain things appear and other things sort of stay hidden. So you do actually have complete control over the message log, which is good. I tend to probably have more on than what is healthy, because I know that people do get a bit frustrated with when I'm doing this thing. Now, to summarize, we actually have our force limping back home from back over here. They're are they limping home, or have I still got them sitting around in here? I've still got a few of them that are like these are disabled, and we definitely need to have like a one of our construction ships. This one's trying to escape back. Build the assured. What's this one here? This is as soon as. Yeah, okay. We've already got them on automatic. They're just automatically going over to repair the 2 ships that are left here. Well, at least we've got a pirate ship. I'm just going to leave that one on auto. Dismiss that one and dismiss that one. So I've got a workman here at the moment. He's making a bit of noise. I'll just pause. That is why I like recording in the early hours of the morning. Because you don't have kids squealing and noise being made. Like you can rest assured it's a pretty good time for doing that sort of stuff. Now we've got this one as well with no mission. Now, this is part of our first fleet. This one is operational. So why aren't you making your way back? If we just go back to the first fleet, they are sort of making their way back home again. That one should be coming back. I might just move this one back automatically. So we'll send them back home again. Where's our home base? Here we go. Might change the name of the of everything as well. So we've got unknown items detected at Kalandis 2. So we'll just go. Actually, I'll show you what this sort of works. Like this at this stage, we've now got unknown items in here. We need to get more research done, or more exploration done on the actual system itself. This thing through here, this little this resort base will actually do that for us very, very slowly over time. So we'll eventually find it anyway because of this guy. So as it got to 30, it sort of said there's still something else there, and so it will just do what it needs to do. Now we've got more research stations under attack. We can have a bit of a look at this and just see what we're up against. So we've got escorts coming in here. These are going to be coming in just to raid these. So I'm sort of ignoring these raids at this point in time. Like, this is an important system, but when we take them out, you know, that's going to be the end of them, really. So it's just a matter of getting our frigates all back again, back home, get them repaired from back over here. So we've got like the different ships still sort of going further afield. Now, what was that there? Okay, so we've got ourselves a Mahala spaceport. Now this tends to be something that chews away the I think this one takes one of our ships from as soon as we go there. So let's just send in here we go, we've got another pirate crew. Okay, we're gonna this will take a little bit of time. We've been doing this for a few episodes, just slowly getting our like, we'll be expanding into areas where there's going to be pirates. A lot of pirates. So here comes the ship to go and correct what's happening there. Let's have a look at this guy. Yeah, this one's going across to Mahala Station anyway to have a bit of a look at that station. That will probably then get taken out. Like, it'll basically be chewed away, but then we should be able to bring another ship back to then have a second look at it, and then it should all be okay, and we can then bring that one online. It's a very, very powerful station if it's the one I'm thinking of. In fact, we can have a bit of a look at that right now. It'll also then have long-range scanners, I think, this one. So I think the first time we strike it, come across it, it will take whatever the first ship is, and we never get that ship back. Small spaceport. It does have actually long-range scanner. Yeah, long-range sensor array in through here. Very, very high levels of development. So that's a good one for us to get, just in terms of having a station that's very, very powerful out on the peripheral there. Periphery of our empire at this point in time. Base rated. Yeah, so they failed to obtain any loot, but they'll just keep on pumping away at these. Have a quick look back at our. Actually, this is good. Our money is now caught up with our research, so we're doing okay with the actual research. So it's dropping every so often, but not too bad. So we need an extra 1,344 credits to be able to put into research, and we seem to be able to doing that one fairly easily with what we've actually got. So this is working fairly well. We've got 2 more research stations. This will then dramatically drop the time required for these hyperdrives. So we'll just let them continue on. I think they were 30 years when we started doing this. Now we're still limping back with the leftovers of these. So we've got repair ships now coming back in. This one is now being repaired. The Sinister Banshee. And what about that one? We don't worry about. The Sinister Banshee is the last of our ships from the good old First Fleet. So we'll just go back across. So number 1, yep, everyone is there. Or the Silent Banshee, was that the one? It's jumping. Yep, so that one is actually leaving. Let's have a look at this, see which one it is. Is that the one that's just left? Oh, they're trying to go back to that particular ship. What I need them to do is I need to get them to all come back this way. So they're trying to recollect themselves. But what we'll do is we'll just give them an order to refuel back at the spaceport. And so that's all of them. All 10 have now been fixed up. Build ships and troop transports. I might build them just so we can shuffle troops around when we need to. Yep, so we've now got a little escort in through here as well. I'm pretty sure we did design them up. Yep, got the escorts and the frigates on. It's like we've sort of now done manual designs for these. And really, there's nothing for us to redesign until we start to get the Jerax hyperdrive, which is still many, many years away. That's one of the things when you do start with at one of these, with the tech a little way in. 3 escorts. I think I might decline that. I'm just trying to save as much money as I possibly can at this early stage, just so that the research does have a lot of control. Here comes the First Fleet back again, and we should have a few stragglers. There's the Black Star Stream, and we've also then got all prospectors, which we're not really worrying about. There's the Cunning Nemesis. And we should still have more coming. Here we go. So that's the last of the ships back in through this side. And so they'll now all join up through here, and then we'll send them off this way. Now this pirate base was more powerful than the previous one, but what made the last one really difficult was the fact that it actually had a whole lot of its ships around it. Now if there's ships around this one, that could be a little bit too much beyond us, I think. So we may have to build up a couple more ships. In fact, I might build a couple anyway, I think. If we have a quick look at our actual fleets in through this side, if we go to all ships not in a fleet, you've only got a couple of refuelers. Here we go. An unusual station. This station is an unusual design. We must conclude it is some sort of alien construct. Further exploration is warranted. We can only imagine what wonders we will encounter. If we are fortunate, we'll be able to claim the station for our own. So this is the Mahala station. It's sort of part of a storyline by the looks of things, an unusual station. So what we'll do is we'll dismiss that for now. I'll just pause that for a second and just go through where this sort of does show up in the grand scheme of things. If we go into our exploration tabs they've got our explorers in through there. Now, here's the explorer that's just come in to have a look at it. It's still just moving to the Mahala station. Let's just watch what actually happens here. And see if it... Yeah, abandoned base encountered. Here we go. So we've encountered an abandoned small spaceport adrift near Ontarita in the Thranthelic system. Should we investigate? So yes, we should. But what we'll find is I think that this ship will disappear. Bang, gone. Missing explorer. So we've lost contact with one of our exploration ships in Thranthelic. Its last message was ominous, suggesting evidence of an alien virus that may have spread to other species. We must hope our explorers have not contracted some unknown illness. So we'll just dismiss that. Now, this base, after we do that, like a bit of spoiler here, but that after we've done that particular part of it, this station is now safe. So, but that ship will still be remaining here. We won't get it back. That's basically now gone. So Mahala Station, and that will then appear under our Exploration tab, under Abandoned Ships and Bases, Mahala Station. So it's got disabled. What we want to do is we do want to go across, or is that, no, that hasn't become ours. If I just let it go for a little bit longer, it's still not there. It's firing up. I'm pretty sure we can just come in and take this one now. Let's get one of the constructors which is nearby, or even this guy here. How long have you got? 90 seconds. That's too long. We don't have time for that. We want to go in and have a look at this ship, this base straight away. So we'll just go and move to Mahala Station. We'll have another look at it and just to see how that one goes. And we'll set this one back to fully automate as well, just so that after it does that. Now we may have to get like a constructor. We'll just wait until we've got other constructors in there. There's one that right there. Build. Now I don't think I can actually tell it physically to go and build this one. If I just try and see if I can do it. So I've got a construction ship. Yeah, no, it's not going to do it. All right, let's just see what happens when we move another one of our explorers in. I need to keep on finding out what it can do. Build ships. Yep, we'll build those. Yep, this is good. Recent events. Produce a new admiral, that's good. Missing explorer. The evidence is overwhelming. The virus that contaminated our explorers has warped their minds, made them violent and ravenous. They've become unteekan. We have no choice but to stop them before they spread their madness to the rest of our population. So we'll just go and look at it one more time with this. I don't think we're going to have to worry about it so much. Like, I don't think it's going to be super concerning. There we go. We've got a scientist now who's been placed on one of the stations. When we come in, we should find that it should just be sitting right here. I don't think it's going to end up being... Yeah, there we go. So it's just sitting off to the side. Oh, it's trying to escape. Now, if it's trying to escape, what have we got here? Okay, no, it's not doing what I thought it was going to do before. These are not under anyone's control, but it's aggressive. So these are now going to be trying to get away. It looks like this one has actually sent ships after it. Ah, good. We've got a critical research breakthrough. That's good. Dismiss that one, and we're now under attack. Dismiss that. So it looks like we're going to have to try to get rid of this at some stage, which is going to be very hard to do. A lot of interceptors and bombers. All right, well, now the first is still coming back in. Let's just quickly go across to the to build a couple more frigates. So we'll just go across to our construction tab, the build order back in through here, and Let's get 2 more, I think. So I'll purchase them from there, and we'll just go and tell them that the frigates, they're not going to show up there just yet, but if we go to all ships, these 2 here, add them to the first pirate fleet. New escort completed. It's a shame. I thought we would have been able to get hold of that for ourselves. Didn't work. Now, one of the messages we probably don't need to be getting is when we actually do estate construction. I don't really need to know about that, so I think I'll just filter that one off. I've got the retrofits filtered off and got the civilians done as well. The resources I'll keep on for a little while. Looks like we're almost ready with the first now. This one's still under construction, but almost done. Just wait for the others to come back in and refuel as well. Build ships? No. Decline. Okay, this is the Fire Rock Cartel. And if we have a bit of a look at this, if we just turn on the diplomacy, Fire Rock Cartel is down through this side. We have come across a few other pirates, so we do need to get more explorers. I might do that now, actually. I might just go and build a few more. Just another 4, I think. I do like that way of building, particularly when you've got a bigger empire. You can sort of just pick and choose exactly where you want them to be constructed from. Or just leave the AI to do it automatically. Okay, everyone is done. We're just now waiting for the few of these to get their fuel up. This is, even with the ones that aren't fueled, they're still within range, easy range for our ships to do an attack here. Oh, hang on, they need to refuel, so we'll just get them to do this refueling. There we go, that's good. Now we may be missing fuel from the spaceport, or from either the spaceport or the area. Like if we have a look at the resource shortages, yeah, we're basically out of Caslon. We're getting more in right now. If we just go back to the first again, and just give it another order to refuel there. So refuelers will then just go out and sort of supply our ships. There it goes. Okay, we've now got everything with fuel on board, which means that our range is now much, much greater. Okay, time to go in and destroy this pirate base, and hopefully there's not going to be any pirate ships here. So we'll attack this. Now, when we get here, we're going to sort of be bouncing in on one side of the planet. We don't know which side just yet. I think I'm going to set the tactics to be more loose, just so we spread out a little bit more, because we're actually hitting ourselves with our iron bombs. We want to sort of make sure that we do keep them a little way away. I love how differently each faction play. Oh, sorry, I've got to pause. I love how differently each faction does play. It's very, very cool. Hopefully their pirate ships stay over here and don't come back home while we're on our way. So we're 4 and a bit years into the game so far, in game time. Got an attack going in over through here as well. Yep, fire up cartel, good. The more ships that are spread out for us at this stage, the better. They didn't get any loot there, and they're attacking over here as well. So they're certainly spread out across the galaxy, which I don't mind. Got a frigate there, fairly strong one. Wouldn't mind having that one. So rather than defend what we have, I'm just going to let them do their raiding. We've got a couple of escorts that are now going across to try to refuel and maybe to protect that as well. Just make doubly sure. Yeah, we're still getting good research. Speed things up a little bit for this one to arrive closer to the target zone here. Now we're not getting explorer. Here we go. The explorers are now starting to finally go beyond, where our borders or what we knew at the start of the game is. But we haven't done much exploration here at all. Have a quick look at the explorer ships that we actually have. We've got a fair few of them. They just haven't really gone too far outside the range yet. They're still looking carefully. Okay, we're now finding even more pirates back up through here. And we're not going to be paying them anything either. Build ships, I'm just going to decline that one. One thing I do like is with the ship, like with asking me if I want to build ships, at least I know what it's thinking. And so quite often there'll be, like, it'll ask for things like refuelers or it needs more construction ships, and I do like that one. Now they've actually taken over one of our escorts. And so be it. So be it. Our escorts are very, very weak. Got a troop transport there trying to escape. This is actually one of the pirate escorts. In we go, in we go, in we go. Yeah, so we've got explorers now all over the place. We'll start to sort of find more and more systems and more information. Yep, so this is also part of our territory. Discovered new resources. Okay, that's cool, that's good. Here we go. So let's just now bring this one down to normal speed and watch the attack go in. In fact, we'll probably put it down to half speed when we start this attack. I do like watching the battles at half speed. Yeah, which side are we going to end up on? The ship's all over the place. Okay, well, in this case, actually we've come in right into the, like off the side of the gas giant here. I'm going to get the first to now move across over to here somewhere. So let's move them right out of the way. And then we can take on their fleet. How far off are we there? Yeah, we're outside the range, but they will send their small craft, I think, towards us. So if we have a bit of a look, there's interceptors coming. So there's all sorts of different things heading our way. Now, if we have a look again at our design, we do still have to face the front to be able to take these things on. So our design itself has got the sentinel beam is at the front. So directly from behind, we don't do anything. We don't do very well against that. So we want to be facing the front for when these things arrive. So, or for when the small ships arrive. So as they get closer, if we just sort of keep that one on with tabs on that one there, they do move in very, very close. So now it's time to turn this around to face the other direction. So we'll just go and go to number 1, grab these fleets and just get them to move to here. Actually, not to Varga 2. Just get them to move out through that side. That will then spin them around, and then we'll start to see the point defense will now kick in about now. There we go. Now we need to destroy as many of these as possible. And if we have a look at this, They've got a fair few. So they've got 13 so far, with three being built. So we need to destroy all 13 of these. Okay, we're destroying a few of them at a time, which is good. And I'll now start to give it orders to go after... they're trying to capture our ships. Well, we're going to go and... I'll just do a long right click. Hang on, if we just press number 1 again. Just do a long right click and we'll attack these. So the point defense will still keep on working away. Let's have a bit of a look at this. Yeah, so we've now gotten rid of two more of their interceptors, but they've still got many more on the way. We may have to bounce out of here. If we can sort of just do some damage to a couple of ships, we may have to go back and do this a couple of times. There's more ships here than what I'm comfortable with, given the fact that this is more a bigger base than what we've gone up against before. Let's just spin this one around so we can at least sort of see what's going on. And we'll just press the G key, so we're sort of coming in at a lower angle. And I'll probably end up micromanaging some of our ships that do start to take a bit of damage. Like this one's still currently okay, but it is a bit of the target. The others are all fine where they currently are. So we've gotten rid of a couple of small craft. But let's just see how we go. So we'll, there we go. Our iron weaponry is now starting to hit other ships. Just keep on watching which one it's going to go after. So this one here has now come, like we've disabled it greatly, but I think I'm just going to go and destroy these. Dismiss those, just double check as we go. Yep, and we're just going to go and put this one even down to half speed now, just so we can see what's actually going on here. These are a little bit too close. They're likely to also, yeah, they've been hit by the iron bomb as well, so we have to be careful with these. That one's still okay, that one's actually not okay. What I might do with this one is actually move it right out of the way for now, just move it back. I don't know if I can move this one yet. Actually, that one does still have engines, so let's just move it across. We can still sort of limp out of here. Have you been disabled? No, you're okay. So this ship here is certainly suffering. And we'll just keep the firepower going on against that one there. In terms of the small, yeah, we're ripping through their small craft. We're doing more and more damage there. So this one is almost destroyed, and this one is sort of coming through with impunity at this stage, but it's very weak. It's trying to jump out of here. It's trying to escape. I think we might change the orders now and actually go and attack this one. That one's being destroyed. As it comes close to our units, we're going to start to suffer a little bit. Yeah, so that everything's been disabled on our ship. We're still able to sort of work on the smaller ships. Another escort coming, and we have a frigate coming over here, and another escort coming over here. So we're far enough away from the... What's that? That's a missile, an errant missile, which has gone off on in a different direction. This one is offline. I'm not going to bother capturing these. Yeah, so unfortunately we're really just like we're damaging our own ship because of just how close it is. Now this one is really not in much of a position to do anything, so it's going to be trying to get away. I think we leave that one where that is, and we just now start to head back. So we just grab the first again. Let's get rid of this escort, and then we'll better switch across. We'll see if we can capture the frigate. That would be good. How are we going over here? This one's losing its... it's just lost a lot of what it actually had. I might just go and get that one right out of there. Now, how are we going here? This is good. A lot of it's now been brought back down. Grab the first, and we just now go and attack the Intrepid Provocation. We have another escorting behind that. So I'll start to damage this one. Now that one's got everything offline. We'll just do a lot of damage here if we can, and then we're going to go and try to take this thing over. Yeah, wow, this is really being disabled a lot. Okay, so with our first fleet, let's now just go and try to capture this. They'll send troops in. There we go, we've got a few troops on board. Might take a few goes. Here we go, we've actually discovered another ruins. So this is somewhere else. So we've discovered the subsurface caverns, ancient ruins from a lost civilization on the rocky desert planet of Oceanic in the Pleiades system. Actually, that's our home system. We'll investigate those. And in the subsurface caverns, we've made a curious discovery. Hidden in the caverns beneath the world's surface, we've found massive caverns housing cryogenic storage. The small size led us to initially suspect that they contained aliens, but no, they are Teekan juveniles. Can the ancient Teekans have intended to colonize this world? It seems unlikely, since Teekans would have difficulty surviving here. Were the adults coming separately, or were they simply not enough cryogenic chambers for everyone to avert whatever disaster they fled? It may be that the adults sacrificed themselves in a heroic effort to save their offspring. Even if we were able to awaken the sleepers, I doubt we will learn much from them. They are far too young to have understood whatever was happening. The data banks are limited and badly damaged. As near as we can discern, they reference something called the Great Teekan Refuge, which may have been the original destination of these sleepers. Refuge from what, we must ask, and why did these juveniles not make it to their destination? These ruins provide the following bonuses. We get colony development and scenery. Okay, we can build a resort base there. So we'll dismiss that. I think we get more of those from this, I think. Anyway, let's continue on. So this one's getting very close to this ship, which has sort of suffered a bit of, it's got a lot of disabilities happening because of the what's actually happening. This one is hyperdrive is offline, reactor is offline. Yeah, the massive damage done to that particular ship, so we can leave that one where that is. We don't need to action this one. This escort has now been disabled. We're still trying to take, actually we're doing well here. We may get this frigate, which would be a nice one for us to end up getting. In terms of the first, I'll just keep these sort of coming through. Yeah, we're going to keep on now targeting this ship as well. Come on, get those iron cannons away from everyone else. I really love how just different the Teekans are to every other faction. Have we got this one back yet? No, not yet. We're slowly sort of, our little Teekans are sort of running through the actual ship itself, sort of disabling the crew. Build ships. Nope. Decline. Don't go in there. Don't go in there. Damaged equipment. Another discovery. So this is, I think, in that same world. So damaged equipment that was clearly meant to terraform this world. The juveniles were likely in stasis until the world could be rendered habitable. More than that, we have found an additional chamber of cryo units containing not Teekans but Bacter, and these are a breed previously unknown to us. I think we hunt Bacter, I think. Energy sources of this world are very limited, and we can't interface our power source with these systems before they run out of power. We can reactivate the terraforming mechanisms or awaken the sleepers, but we cannot do both. It will be a difficult choice. Now, it's not really worth money-wise to awaken them if the I might have a look at this one. We'll just leave it on pause. So this one here, for the Teekans, is a -1, which is not really all that good. We've got damage of 16%, which means that we do get 16, or we end up with plus 15. I think it's just going to drain money. So what we'll do is we'll actually terraform the world. Now, I do know this, from memory, I think this is the one to do anyway, because it's a difficult choice, but we sort of have to do it. It's a financial choice. We'll terraform. So terraforming results by repairing the existing energy generators on the planet and painstakingly connecting them to the terraforming mechanisms, we've been able to begin terraforming this world into one well suited for habitation. The good news is that a small energy reserve remains. It looks like we will be able to maintain the sleepers in stasis until we can find a way to interface our power system. So we don't lose the sleepers. They're still all here. In fact, that is a colony now, I think. Yeah, we've got 1 million on the actual surface here, which is nothing. We do need to be careful of that. But we do actually now have a terraforming facility, which will then sort of help with the help a lot. There's a high maintenance cost, but this ultimately will be worth it. So we'll dismiss that one, and I'm just going to pause again, and then we're going to go back out to, so that's our home system, back to where we're fighting, back over here. Where was it? Actually, where are they? Where is our... Yeah, that's them there. Salages, I think. Nope, that's not it. I can't think of where it is. I'll just go back to Galactic North. Wrong end of the galaxy. So we'll just go back into here and have a look. So the battle rages over here. So this is actually sort of where everything is still sort of proceeding. So we'll just go back to this angle again and have a bit more of a look. So at least we've now destroyed, or we're sort of in a position where we can sort of get most of these ships. This is hurting us a lot. Great. So we've now captured this ship. It's in a bad way. Like if we have a bit of a look at this one, it's going to be... actually, there's not too much damage there. Hyperdrives are offline, so that's actually okay. I'll leave them where they are. This one has been disabled. What I might do is I might now... This is only an escort, and this one over here, what's this escort like? It's been just completely disabled as well. I think we might capture this one now, so we'll just go back across to our first fleet and just go and capture the prime swarm. Yep, so we've got the start of getting our forces online here. Now this is still got 2 small craft around somewhere. It's been destroyed. We're still going to have an order to try to take this one out. Yep, capture the prime swarm is what we're trying to do here. It's been destroyed as well, that's good. Yep, we're still trying to capture this ship. We're sending more and more of our Marines on board. Now, this thing is being hit. I think we might go after this now. So we're now hitting it harder. It's not going to last. Alright. So we sort of gave up trying to capture that one, and we now go and try to destroy the secluded base. So when we have a look, we've only got a couple of ships that have actually taken any real damage, but now we're going in in a big way, and we've still got some small craft in behind that we're trying to damage. Like there's one right here. So this guy here is he's got little point defense. That bomber. There we go, it's been destroyed. How many more have they got? Oh, they've still got 2. This one's going to take a bit of damage here. I might just move it back out of the way manually. One thing I like about the game, which, I mean, it would have been tempting, I think, for them to actually have put, like, 4 different shields around the ships or something like that. And I'm glad that they still have just one big shield, even though the turrets themselves have got, like, a lot of... so we're trying to now hit certain things with these. There we go, I think we've just hit one of them. All right, we'll now go in against this one again. Now, is that another... That's another escort. As we come in, they'll just target this. Yeah, hyperdrive is now offline. The target is still this one now, though. Now we're going to start to hit this one. We'll be breaking through with the concussion missiles. The bombs won't do much. Actually, we've just brought down, actually this has done well. We've actually disabled all of their shielding and most of their weapons as well with the iron bombs. I love how different, I mean, it takes a long time for us to destroy ships, but we don't need to rush because we can disable so effectively. It's very, very cool the way the game does work like this. So this allows us, this buys us time to then start to do actual damage. But we've brought the shields right down now, and we're now doing damage with the concussion missiles, not with the actual bombs themselves. But the bombs are going in and disabling more and more of their systems. There we go. The armour is now down as well. We've got one functional defense. I don't know what that is. We won't open it up because this will eventually sort of do the job. And we're now starting to see damage as we bring the hull down. We start to now see the damage done to the actual hull itself. Yeah, so we're starting to now damage the weapons on the outside of the hull. If they've hardly got anything functional. We're still just peppering away at this guy. It's been quite effective, this attack. Yeah, it's got nothing left. Nothing left here. There's only one. There's one normal weapon. I don't know what that is, but really, it is coming down pretty effectively. Wow, I've gone way over time, guys. I'll destroy this and then we'll call it quits. Hope you're enjoying the series, by the way. It's you know, if you aren't a subscriber to the channel and you are enjoying it, please consider subscribing. It certainly does help, and of course, liking as well and commenting certainly all do help as well with the all important YouTube algorithms. So we're nearly done here, I think. Nearly done. 11% left on this one here. A lot of damage being done. I don't know if we can capture this. Probably too late now. Probably not going to get there in time. No, it's going to blow up. Okay, they've been eliminated. No ships joined us. We've basically there was nothing much left. There are still pirate ships around, so I'll just leave these guys backing through here. And we'll call this quits. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time.